Knon 89.3 FM in Dallas and Fort Worth, the voice of the people. Business owners, tell KNON's listeners about your business. You can put your business or event on KNON. KNON currently has space available to run announcements for you. Tell KNON's listeners about your goods, services, nightclub, concert, or event. Help keep the voice of the people on the air while putting your information on the air. KNON's been named the #1 radio station in Dallas by both the Dallas Observer and D Magazine. Put your business with Dallas's #1 station. Call now for more information at 214-828-9500, extension 227, or extension 233. For more information, go to knon.org and click on the Run Spots on KNON page. It's a great way for your business to support community radio while letting more people know about you.
I'll kick it from it one time.
We'd like to say good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Church Information and Open Forum. I'm Marion, Barnett, your host. We here each and every Saturday morning from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on Knon 89.3 FM, the voice of the people. We got a great show lined up for you today. Our special guest is Reverend Ron Wright, and we got a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things going on in the community and around the world, and we want to touch on that. So get your phone lines ready, get your dialing finger ready, and get ready to go. We'd like to sadly announce the homegoing of one of the good friends of mine, Michael Mann. Michael Mann, he was a 1968 graduate of Lincoln High School. Lived here in Dallas, and he had I think a gallery. He had his gallery there on Martin Luther King, and we're just saddened to hear that Michael's passing, and his homegoing service will be this morning at 11 a.m. at the Ibach Church. Righty, at Ibach at 11 a.m. Brother Michael Mann. And there's just so many things that are going on and going haywire, but we need to get things together. We need to get it together. But first of all, we'd like to say good morning to Reverend Ron Wright. Good morning, Reverend.
Good morning, Pastor. How you doing? Thank you for having me here this morning.
Oh, thank you for being here. It's just so much going on in our community, so much that we have not. So much business, we can fight hard all day and all night, and we still can't take care of all the business. In fact, did you come by? You came by my house the other day.
Oh yes, sir, I did. It was unbelievable.
Everybody that have been, Dr. Edwards and all of you have been trying to reach me. I can't get to you because there was a storm that came through there Monday, and it wiped out. Going across the creek down the street from my house, right at the bottom of the hill.
Looked like a tornado, Pastor. I'm telling you, it was unbelievable what I saw.
No, I looked at my bedroom window up on the second floor and looked out. It was a fall, came right over, and just a matter of seconds, it uprooted trees that were 45 feet high and higher. All in and slammed them up on my house and slammed them. So I got some a lot of damage and everything on there, and it just knocked all the electricity off, and it stayed out for the longest. Stayed off. And
do you know, Pastor, if your city councilman been through that? Have any of your city councilmen been through that and seen those neighborhoods? Because that was a disaster over in that area over there.
In the city council, no, but still, I never did hear about this on the news.
No, it never was. I never heard anything about it either. I was one of the Einstein coming. Me and him met, and we went over. And he called me the day it actually happened, and I was trying to call him back and ask him if he needed some help. But their entire community was shut down because of the trees that had fell all over that community, and the lines that were down. It was just unbelievable. These trees are so big, it would take 3 or 4 men to put their arms around all of these trees. And they were falling. It was from the root. That's a tornado, Pastor. It had to be.
They didn't blow over. They were sucked up out of the ground.
That's exactly right.
I mean, literally, like you saw.
I saw them. It blew me away. And I thought, oh my God, this was pulled from the roots up.
And my neighbor's tree had that great big tree in their front yard. It fell over. Yeah, the tree fell over and hit my tree and tore one of my trees apart. But the other tree on the other side of my house, that tree, that's 40 foot. It split that tree half in two.
Wow.
part went one way, the other part hit my house, everything. And so I have been disconnected from the world, basically. But now I'm back in business. So
I'm glad you're doing better, but I'm telling you, that looked like a tornado and a disaster area. If you go over there and your neighbors, you can't even see a house where the trees have completely covered her house from the streets. And oh my God, it's just unbelievable.
And the tree's out in the street now.
Out in the streets. Now,
I mean, that big tree. It fell. It's tall. It fell out in the street. It's good. They didn't have the car parked there.
Yeah, when we put up, I thought, oh my God, I didn't know it was a house right next door to you because the trees that covered the entire house. 3 trees in this woman's yard, all pulled up from the roots. Unbelievable.
That tree I have going down that hill, it split it half in two.
Hit your house and leaning on your house right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Well, I'm not touching anything till the what do you call it, appraisal get there, and because those trees cost a lot of money.
My God,
you get money for trees. Those who don't know it, when they come out and inspect your house, I'm sure some listeners have had some damage also. You make them pay for that tree.
Well,
they'll pay for those trees also.
Well, there's some big trees. They're gonna be a lot of money.
Well, big tree. That big tree is worth at least $5,000.
There's 3 of them next door to you in 1 yard.
Yeah. All righty. But there's so much going on, man. It's just so much to talk about. We still are wrestling with those who are coming to America. The media is covering it in a way that they want to make sure that they protect this thing. Have you heard? And you've heard about it. Are they really trying to put America, United States, Canada, and Mexico all the way down to Central America? Are they trying to make this one nation?
It gives the appearance that they're trying to make this all one nation, Pastor, from the way things are going on and some of the religious, historical things that are taking place applied to what's going on right now. And you're right, Mexico and Canada, they're trying to eliminate those borders, period, I believe. And this is a prime example as we're talking about the young children who are coming over. And now, of course, we got protesters that are saying that, while you're bringing children over, there are veterans who have fought for this country and senior citizens who have been living and have built this country who's struggling with insurance and things of those natures, but yet
what a place to live.
You spend billions of dollars bringing children over from another country, not just children, but adults.
And they're using children because when you look at the thing, you see more grown people.
Every time you look at it, you see more, they show the same picture of those group of children that are laying. And we've even had, it was once they protested yesterday in several places in Dallas. And of course, there's always
the media didn't cover it, though, did
Yeah, well, 1 or 2 stations did just barely, but there's 2 sides to every story. And it's there's some questions that people have been calling and asking me, and one is, why is it that Clay Jenkins is saying that Dallas County supports this, and who is he talking about when he says the citizens in Dallas County support that?
Well, his own commission scored is split over this thing.
And I know for a fact that he's not had any meetings in the black community where one of those schools are to explain, like they've had in Grand Prairie and other areas, and why I'll never know. I don't know if he's being told by those that look like us that don't go to the community because they're going to argue. And so he's totally eliminated the African American community because Hulsey is in that community.
Yeah, but he did not eliminate us when it comes to placement. When he plans to place there at D. Hulsey School. Now, they said Hulsey School was not could be used by African American children to attend school there, but they can make it a shelter.
Well, that's another thing and this is not about bashing children, but like you said, Reverend Barnett, they're using the kids just to complete the tasks that they initially had. And a lot of the kids' parents are probably already over in this country.
But you know who's so silent on this issue that it's deafening? You know who's silent on this?
Who is that?
Mexicans.
Yeah, the Hispanic community.
You know that you have not heard Mexicans say anything about this?
Only on yesterday they were downtown saying that they support Clay Jenkins, and
but look at your Mexican politicians.
Well, no, you haven't heard.
How many of them have you heard come out?
Not a lot of them. Not very, 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 very few.
The people that's been carrying the water on this have been Clay Jenkins. He's a white man. But even when you look nationally, you see blacks been carrying the water for this. What's going on?
Ignorance is bliss. And because we haven't been it hasn't been, we tell people all the time, but silence helps the tormentor and not the tormented.
Right.
And so by us sitting back silently, before you know it, I just passed coming down the street on my way to this radio station and saw homeless black people laying all on businesses. Apparently they've been there all night sleep. And some of these guys are veterans.
That's their bed.
And that's their bed.
They fought to defend this country.
And we've had our brothers in the clergy who stands up and supports us. And of course, we definitely have love for these children, for God said such is the kingdom of heaven. But the word of God also says this, my brothers in the clergy quote scripture, that charity starts at home. And then it's shedded abroad. How can you help somebody abroad when you're not helping the people that are already at your house?
Yeah. So, they will quote scriptures about you should take care of the widows and strangers and the poor that's among you. Well, we got them among us that we have not.
And they've been among us. And some are saying, why haven't y'all said anything? We've been fighting for our children for the last 30 or 40 years.
Right.
And for anybody to say that we haven't been, they whatever they own, they need to get off of it. Because this is not something new. What we've been doing is true to the game, as the young folks say. We've been fighting for this. Yeah, the children need to be helped. And they're going from, instead of saying, okay, we want to shut the borders down and let Mexico and America and Canada be one nation, just tell the truth about it. Don't lie and use children for your own profit. I've heard that.
Well, are the parents of those children already here?
I believe they are. I believe some of those, most of those parents are here, and they have homes, and grandmama and grandpa had those kids, and they say, okay, time, y'all come get your kids now.
Yeah.
Because y'all got homes, and they send the children.
And they tell me,
and if that's the case, they say it, and come get your children.
Yeah, well, the coyotes paid, what, $5,000 to $7,000, they tell me.
That's money to bring the kids over to them.
Well, if that country is so desolate and poor and so crime-ridden, where in the world they get $5,000 from? Or $7,000? They get it from here. The parents are here working. Now they sending for them.
And they're sending for their children.
But why would you lie and cover up this thing?
Well,
they talking about they're going to dispense them all over the nation and everything. Well, I'm hearing that they'll be going to their parents.
It went from 30 days to now the relatives can get them. Well, just tell the truth and say, Mom and Daddy, come get your kids. If they're your kids, and you have a right to get your kids, but you can't go back and get them because you might be illegal in this country. Just tell the truth about it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, don't let this become a political thing. Parents deserve to have their children. If they worked, they worked and done what they did to get their kids, let them have their kids.
We had Dr. Edwards on last Saturday, and he was telling us in that area where they're going to place them out there at D.A. Holtz's school, that there aren't there's not a doctor in that whole area. Can you believe that? If you're going to place people, you got to place them where there are services. They're using Holtz because they got a playground there. They got everything that they are going to do. But the people in that area, their children won't have a lot of the things that they should be having, but they're going to bring people in from other countries and give them everything that they need. And you got problems. There's a lot of poverty, right? In
that area.
In that area. There's a lot of it.
In that area.
But you're not going to give them what they need. But you're going to give the other kids.
Well, then who do we look at? Who do we look at? We can't look at the president because at the end of the day, he might be the one that's responsible, but accountability starts right at the house again. Right. Why haven't our local officials said, wait a minute, let's sit down and discuss this? Why haven't
they're not going to discuss it with our community because they carry their arrogance. These folk going to do anything I tell them to do. They're going to obey whatever I say and whatever I come up with. They're going to think it's a great idea because I've never done anything in the world.
Whose district is Hussey in, city council wise?
I'm not sure about that.
I wonder, has that city councilman sat down and talked with the people in his community who elected him?
It might be Tanel Atkins.
Have he sat down and had any meetings and talked to anybody in his that elected him?
I haven't really heard from him.
I think that they have the I don't care mentality because it's all on the last run.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter.
I haven't heard from him. Heard anything about him on this, but this here was done by the county. The county took the lead on
Another
this.
question I wanted to ask is, Grand Prairie is fighting for some reason about their council is split. Their school board is the one that makes a decision on schools. How was Dallas County able to get a school without DISD being the Hulse is a DISD property?
Well, Hulse is one of the schools that our superintendent closed down.
What does Dallas County have to do with that?
Well, obviously there's a collaboration with DISD, with the superintendent, and Clay Jenkins. All of them have gotten together. The Dallas County did give one thing. They gave the building there at Parkland warehouse over there.
Okay.
That's controlled by Dallas County.
And that school is close to the hospital.
Yeah, school district in Grand Prairie. Well, they meeting over that. Mm-hmm. But there's no discussion of what's going to happen with Hulse because these people that are over that area, well, they're really over the county area, but they have designated Hulse through DISD, and they did not check with anybody that live in that area. They just went and did it.
Some of the community people that are living in, some of the people that live in that area are saying they're supportive of it, but they're afraid of what's going to take place once the kids get there. But for protesters and things of that nature, and they don't want to draw violence or more violence to their community, and so again, this is on a local level. The correct thing was the city council elected city councilman should have had several forums, and say this is what's going to take place in the community.
You should have had a collaboration with city council and the school board. Now there's a school trustee that's over that area. Now, the trustee that we have in there right now is not, I don't know if Joyce had been elected at the time that she came about, but there's a trustee, that we have a trustee that, and the general superintendent just did this on his own. And then we have a city council person that would be in that area. But that thing should have been in the hand of the trustee. Somebody should have been checking with the people about this particular situation.
Well, but my thing is, why are they meeting with everybody but the people that are in that community? They're meeting in Grand Prairie, they're meeting in other places. Why is it that they don't have to meet in that particular community? Who said, don't worry about meeting with them, just do what you want to do?
Well, that's a problem. 972-647-1893 is the number to call. 972-647-1893. What is your opinion? What is your opinion about this? Is this being handled right? Why is it our community is one of the target areas that they will be placement areas when they are brought here? Why did not Clay Jenkins put them out there, invite them out to Highland Park where he lives, and Well, you would think he would, if you wanted to really help him and you were sincerely true about him, you would put him in a community that financially can afford to do what it needs to do with them. I mean, even though you're seeing the government's going to get money, that money that's coming out of the government, what about those veterans that have fought in this country and senior citizens who have worked tirelessly in this country? You got veterans can't get in the VA, Veterans Administration Hospital. You got veterans. All right. Okay. I tell you what, we're up against a short break, and we'll come back and take your calls at 972-647-1893. We'll be right back. All right. We're back on Church Information Open Forum. I'm Marion, Barnett, your host. And our special guest this morning is Reverend Ron Wright. We're discussing the issue. Not being pushing things back, but people, we see something sinister behind this whole thing. President Obama has asked for what, $3.7 billion for this. But we're asking the question, what is it about? Why is it they are being brought to certain communities, certain places, and other places will be omitted? Why? And the Hispanic community, the Mexican community, you're awfully quiet. Have you heard Domingo Garcia speaking out?
I haven't heard Domingo say a thing. No, Dr. Elba Garcia.
Elba Garcia? No. You haven't heard any of them?
My brothers, the Madranos, nothing.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Why why is Sheila Jackson Lee carrying this thing, carrying the water nationally? while some of our local politicians are jumping on this, is there some money involved? We want to know what's going on with this situation.
I want to ask a question, Pastor. Do you think the money that is allocated for that school, is that going to help that entire community, that the school that they're in, or is it just designated specifically for them?
Well, I don't know, because I can't see how it would help the community. They won't get any jobs there or whatever they're going to do. And if it's a placement center, it's not there for a very long time. I mean, in other words, the kids will be, I guess, deported or shipped out. But now, see, like with the children is a game. Most of these people coming on children. These are children are less than 40% of the people that are coming. They're being used. You've always had children crossing the border.
Right.
This is nothing new. You've always had these type of situations. But why would we duck off and there's such an issue now? There's such an issue now. Why? Why is it that they're leaving Central America? They're leaving certain countries. I think it's 3 major countries down there, right there, between North America and South America, right there in Central America. And why would they all of a sudden be coming to the United States? Now, Texas is one of the main borders that they're crossing. Texas and the people in California, the people in Arizona, the people in New Mexico are fighting. They saying no.
They are fighting. And this governor wanted to fight, but initially, we got to get us another governor. The federal funds that the president offered Governor Rick Perry years back, he denied taking.
He turned that money down.
Turned the money down, and now he's complaining about it and wanting the money. If you took that money then, you could have handled this situation initially, and it would. But this was all by design. At the end of the day, it went from, and that's why people need to wake up. I think some is wake up, everybody. It went from we're going to keep them for 30 days till the relatives could have them. Just be honest with Americans and tell them the truth. And a lot of people realize that, and not just Tea Party people. People realize that this is a lie and a game. And at the end of the day, our taxpaying dollars are going out and it's not coming back in. And before you know it, the value of the American dollar is going to go down.
Right. And all of this, a lot of just most of this you remember that NAFTA treaty?
Right.
Okay. They're going to open those borderlands. I hear that those truckers coming from other countries, from Central and South America, they won't have to go through the rigorous certification that truckers in the United States will go through. And I'm told that eventually many American truck drivers, and not all of them, are going to lose their jobs.
Going to lose their jobs.
Isn't that something? If they open this thing up, people wake up to what's going on. Wake up. Wake up.
That's exactly why the unions are getting attacked like they're being attacked, and trying from school unions all the way up. They're trying to eliminate the unions. So, because at the end of the day, coming in a while ago, I just come down to Harry Hines, and I seen over 150 men working on a new construction site right there, and I guarantee you not one of them was African American one.
They don't look like us.
They don't. Not a one.
Well, maybe you think that's the reason why the Mexican Americans are so quiet?
Absolutely.
Maybe they're going to use these people to replace them, like they replaced African Americans on their job.
Well, they very well could.
Corporate America is good at doing things like that.
They very well
driving
could.
Wages down.
And this, from my understanding, because you look like me, don't mean I support you.
Right.
And that may be the situation here, and that's probably why we haven't seen a bunch of our Hispanic brothers and sisters say anything about this, because at the end of the day, they're getting ready to get shipped out like we were shipped out 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, boy. It's something, it's just something sinister about this whole thing, something evil. And we need to think deep about a situation like this. And you can call us at 972-647-1893, 972-647-1893. We want to talk about it because you have a stake in this. You have a stake. Future generations have a stake into what's going on here. You will have many have lost their jobs. Oh, they didn't want those jobs. They didn't. Oh, yes, they did. That used to be many of the jobs that our black men worked was construction.
I went to the bridge the other day, Pastor, and saw over 300 black men sitting at the bridge.
Oh, well.
Just sit. I mean, they were all at the table. I'm thinking,
300? That
wasn't all of them.
That was short that day.
Well, the majority of them already left out because it was sunny.
Yeah.
And they had already been put out. But I'm thinking, oh, my God, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
It's because they kept their mouths closed to they're in the situation that they're in right now.
Passive and watching things go on around them. Not questioning. Not standing up. We've always been people that just are so silent and humble and apathetic.
You know, I think that came from a person, elected official that was placed in office, and it was the first African American person in that position that told the rest of the African American community, y'all need to quit complaining and crying about things. Now I'm in this.
The mayor? You talking about the mayor?
Ron Kirk. Ron Kirk.
Stop the blame game.
Stop the blame game, and because of that, we've hurt ourselves because silence, like us, we tell people it helps the tormentor and not the tormented.
Right.
And so we open our mouths at the wrong time.
Yeah. All right, 972-647-1893 is the number to call. Let's go line 2 and say good morning to Reverend Crenshaw. All righty. Good morning, Reverend Crenshaw.
Good morning, Dr. Barnett.
Fine, how are you?
All right.
Good morning, Doctor.
Good to hear you all. Y'all are coming toward the light of the Holy Bible.
All right.
This is a prophetic scriptures being fulfilled right before your eyes.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Your governor, okay? That's all that stuff. Let me tell you, it's their response, not the president. He don't have nothing to do with that. He need to stop pointing to him. When he was here, he told him how to fix it. Get that 3.7 billion together so they can, show up the gate and do what they have to do. And process those people and send them on back. Now, they mess it up big time. But if you ask any foreigner that comes in the country, they can throw right down to you. Oh, no. It was a Bulgarian cab driver. But he didn't tell me nothing that I already know. He said, you won't be able to get a back down sandwich one day. You drive around here, a bunch of businesses be closed. No, he told me.
All right.
He told them no.
Mm-hmm.
They really know.
All right.
About everyone, Asian and all of them. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's the American people that are sitting like Nero, fiddling while Rome burned.
Yeah.
Because all these Mexicans on these highways, they bring these new ones in. All that is, that's a Spanish country out of Spain, making all that money. There was a guy walked into Barnes & Noble one day, the guy, and he was talking on the phone real quick, and he was moving real quick. And I asked him, where he was from? He said, from Spain. Oh, I said, okay. Then they got this Spanish bank over here from Spain. And they had nothing but Spanish-oriented people, Hispanics from the New World.
Mm-hmm.
And this was going down.
All right. We thank you for your call and comment.
God bless you.
That clears the line, 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893. Well, these people aren't from Mexico.
That's right.
From Honduras.
So there's a difference.
Yeah. And see, people need to they speak Spanish, but they are not Mexicans. They're not. Right. There is a difference.
There is a difference.
And many times, many have come from those Central American countries, even South America. They have been turned back or even killed in Mexico trying to cross into America because they want to keep that border for them. Let's just tell the truth about the whole thing. There have been many reports. So, like I said, they are very silent on the situation. And they need. A lot of people think that these are all Mexicans. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. And we need to just explain really what's going on.
Well, let me ask you a question, Pastor. how do we help? How do we help? And by the grace of God, God's got them. And He said, "Such is the kingdom of heaven." But how do we go all out to help other people? When I'm talking about my brothers in the clergy, and you're not helping the people in your community.
Some of them don't even help people in their church.
I mean, not helping people. How can you say? How can you say that we've got to do this when right down the street from you are people that are struggling that you haven't even reached out? And is this? This has to be about money. I
heard a certain pastor of a mega church. We were the topic of his conversation.
Oh yes,
last Sunday. They said that he was listening to the radio and heard us. Heard you called in and we were discussing this, and he didn't like it. Well, he's welcome to call. Welcome to call. Any preacher, anytime, anywhere, you are welcome to call. You're welcome to say you have what you say. You're welcome to debate with me anytime. I'll debate anybody, anytime, anywhere. So this is not something that's to be played with, because once you start going in a certain direction, there's no stopping. And we must realize and address these issues for our community. Everybody in the world looks out for their community, and then if they got something left, spread it out with other people. Like I said, charity begins at home. And then spread it abroad.
And then it spread abroad. So
right now, we haven't taken care of our community.
So in other words, for those people who have stood up, and trust me, the Word of God says these babies are such as the kingdom of heaven, and we all need a little of it, but we got a lot of it here in Dallas already. So if we don't want our kids, we can go sit them on certain churches' porches and certain elected officials' porches, and they're going to take care of them. I don't think so. The first thing I'm going to do is call CPS.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
But we can reach out to other children.
Yeah. You can reach us at 972-647-1893. Let's go to line 4 and say good morning to Rodney. All righty. Good morning, Rodney.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I just tuned in and I've been listening to a little bit of it, but my comment was, I'll say ever since the peace marches, the black community did not bond. It seems like we got caught up in religion that divided everyone. Mm-hmm. Everyone started believing what they believed according to whatever the religion was, which kind of pulled us all apart. And so we had that factor going for us.
When you say religion, are you talking about different denominations?
Different denominations.
And Rodney, you're very perceptive. That's right. We have this. It's not as bad now as it once was, but boy, during the time of the civil rights movement and different things like that, it's not talked about. But the African American church was divided greatly among denominational lines. We were.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And even when the Muslim came on the scene, the Muslim religion,
right?
That divided us even more. Mm-hmm. And so I talked to a lot of the young people, and my when I talked to them, I let them know that back then black people had a awesome work ethic, and we believed in ourselves, and we helped one another. Mm-hmm. And it seems like after the peace marches were over, I'll say hitting the 70s, a lot of the black people were mad. They were mad at America. They were mad at the white people. And so they took it out. We took it out on ourselves. And so, and it showed when they start burning down their own communities. Well, my thing is once we pulled up and started, inventing businesses for ourselves. That should have been the glue for Black America. That should have been our glue, because we would have been able to help one another, just like they had back in the day. They had a lot of them had their own stores. They had their own restaurants and banks and all of that, and it's like
But do you know why?
Helping one another.
Do you know why those businesses got closed? Because
A lot of them were.
Well, the minute white America said you could go eat at Furge, you quit going to your own business, and you left your community and started going out. But those are the things that you thought you deserved to do. But you said a statement about the 70s. We weren't so much angry as we were. The anger wasn't about each other. It was about the fact that we deserved the right to have the same abilities to do things as white America did. We would go downtown and you couldn't shop at H.L. Green's. You had to go down the streets because blacks were not allowed to get in there. But then we also were under we were also under a genocidal attack. Everything was targeted to that generation of African Americans, and so we've always had black folks not agreeing with each other ever since we were brought up. Black folk helped bring black folk over in this country, and so we've always had that division. But under the genocidal attack, and you mentioned religion, the people who were in charge, the majority were pastors and preachers, and none of them never said a word about the genocidal attack on the young black people.
Yeah.
What did they use to settle us down? What did they use to settle us down? What did they bring to our community? They brought drugs in.
Crack cocaine.
And many of those who once marched, instead of out being marching and pushing forward, they were sitting back home with foil over their windows and psychedelic lights, coasting, getting high. This is how they settled. They did the same thing in China when they brought opium in China in the 1920s to settle them, to stop the Chinese Revolution.
I remember when they used to say cocaine was the rich man's high.
Yeah.
And because you couldn't afford it, but then they created it where it would be.
They started frying it.
And
exactly.
But if you notice that everything that white America or the white man enjoyed, once the black man was able to afford what they were doing, all of a sudden it became illegal.
That's right.
Or the price was raised on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what angers me is that we see this, we know the game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we saw back in the day that boycotting worked. If you boycott a lot of the white corporations, their attitude is going to change. That's just like with the Hispanics. I see a lot of Hispanics now, they're like here in Texas, everywhere you go, fast food, they are running it. You don't see hardly any other race behind the counter but a Hispanic. Well,
you talking about McDonald's?
McDonald's,
well, you got black owners.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's black man. Those stores that you go into, 9 times out of 10, that's owned by a black man.
Those McDonald's.
Yeah, those McDonald's. He has about 30 here in Dallas. Yeah. All right.
And see, that's the deception that black people fall into when they try to follow the example of the white man.
Yeah. I tell you what, we are out of time, but you're very perceptive, and I agree with you. All right, we're up against a short break, and you can call us at 972-647-1893. We'll be right back. All right, we're back on Church Information. I'm Marion Barnett, your host. Our special guest this morning is Reverend Ron Wright, and Ella Fush producing. Let's go to line 3 and say good morning to Josie. All righty. Good morning, Josie.
Good morning, Reverend Barnett and Reverend Wright.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just have a comment, and after I make my comment, I'll hang up and hear your response. But my question, the problem that I have is that Clay Jenkins and Royce West are elected officials, and we voted. I know I voted for them.
Mm-hmm.
However, my views have really changed because when Clay Jenkins make a comment that he's not going to have a forum in the southern sector,
what he said?
He doesn't want to hear a lot of loud talking.
Wait a minute.
That's what Clay Jenkins said.
Did Clay Jenkins say that?
Clay Jenkins said that, and he was,
I said, all my power had been off at my house.
Josie, he was informed that. He was informed, Josie. He was informed by somebody that looks like us to say that, and he felt comfortable in saying that he wasn't having no.
Said that?
Tell him, Josie. Tell him what he said.
About that person later on. However, I want to say I voted for him, but the only person on that commissioner's court that's making any sense is Mike Cantrell.
Mm-hmm.
And he stated they have not gotten any funding So apparently they're putting the horse before the cart.
Right.
The cart before the horse, and I don't understand how he has the authority to do so. And another comment that I'd like to make is that he did state that he was not going to have a forum in the southern sector, and to me that's a slap in the face. But they're having rallies
what day was this? I'm going to have to pull this
This is sweet. Josie, tell him why he said he wasn't going to have that forum.
He said he does not want to hear a lot of loud talking and screaming and discussion. He talked to two people that lived in front of Hussey, and from all indications, they are renters. They were Hispanic. So, no, they didn't have a problem with it. The only people that are going to be getting jobs there are going to be Hispanics. They're going to have Hispanic interpreters. They're going to have more Hispanic lawyers, judges, and teachers. So the black people are being displaced by a new workforce of low income and low wages.
And Hispanics, too. They're going to be replaced, too. Believe me. Oh, yeah, they're going to be replaced.
It's a difference in these.
Now they don't think they are because these people look like them. But it's so ironic that anyone crossing that border, if they say they say they're kids, but so far the only thing we've seen have been the legs and the shoes. I don't know, but most of them didn't look like kids to me.
No.
Josie, why do you think that Clay Jenkins felt comfortable in saying that? Who do you think he got that from?
Well, because someone that was not elected, who supposedly is the voice for the black people of Dallas, is speaking out against it, for him. And I don't know who gave him that authority. He's not an elected official, and he doesn't speak for me.
Well, who does he sit by on that commissioner school?
That comes over here.
John.
All they have to say is they're from Guatemala, Honduras, and they cross that Mexican border. They're allowed to come in. They surrender. But it's real ironic that if you're Hispanic or from Mexico, they turn you back. So
well, that's what I'm saying. See, people getting this thing mixed up. Mexicans are not for this. I've talked to too many. They're upset. They feel like they're going to lose their jobs. They know how they push blacks out. Now they feel like they're going to use these people from Central America to push them out.
Right. Well, Elba Garcia is the county commissioner for Cedar Hill and Dallas area. Dallas area. She has remained basically quiet.
Absolutely.
Why do you think she's so quiet? That's what we're saying. You heard John Wiley. You heard Clay Jenkins pushing this. Elba Garcia is quiet, and the guy, what's his name, Cantrell?
Mike Cantrell.
He's been very outspoken on this. And I'm just telling you all, this is a different dynamic. They may look alike, they may speak the same language, but they'll let you know they're not the same kind. I'm just telling you, there are different dynamics we need to learn about people, caste systems, and different things that's all over the world that have always gone on. That's why it's good to travel all over the world.
Yes,
it's
it is.
Good. And God has blessed me to travel.
Black Americans and Black Americans and Africans look alike, but that don't mean they are the same people.
No.
Right.
Yeah,
there will be a rally today starting at 11 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. It's at Clay Jenkins' office downtown on Elm Street. There are also rallies in Waxahachie, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Tyler, Texas.
Wow.
Plano.
Is that right?
So it starts from 11 a.m. to 4 a.m. And what gets me is the fact that they can quote scriptures to support their theories for bringing them in. However, the main theory, if you walk outside Friendship West back door, you will see kids in need every day. So you don't have to go to Central America to look for kids to help. Yeah, charity begins at home and it's abroad. Thanks, Reverend Barnett, for allowing me to make my comment.
All right. Thank you, Josie.
You didn't hear that statement about there will be no meetings
like
in the southern sector because they
my
don't
power was off. I didn't know this was
sure did say it.
I didn't know it.
And so I know he was informed by somebody that looks like us for him to
make
say
a statement
to
like
make
that.
A statement comfortably like that.
You didn't want to hear a lot of
that
noise.
Was being told to him by somebody that was black, that was African American. Just don't even know about going over there because they're gonna argue and fuss and cuss, and you don't even want to hear that. And so whoever did it, shame on them, and everybody know who did it because they know who sits.
Well, we know who's sitting right next to him on the commissioner's court. All right, 972-647-1893. Bring me up line 2. All right. That's Dr. Roots.
Rich Doctor. How you doing, Dr. Barnett?
Rich Doctor. All right, how are you?
Yeah, Rich Doctor.
Okay.
Good morning, Dr. Wright.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, well, I'm just thankful that Sister Josie, at the end of her comment, really did the most honorable thing, particularly to our ancestors, the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey and Huey P. Newton and Malcolm X and other African, Reverend Nat Turner, that actually they did a little talking, but they really, got busy with their feet,
Right.
She's talking about there's going to be a rally. She said, now, that's what I was just calling in, to remind us. And I know Dr. Barnett and you all are my elders, and you set an outstanding example. And,
Right side elders.
Yeah. What's that? Well, I mean, I say look, I'm not talking about in terms of being old-fashioned. I'm just talking about in terms of, your people, that you've actually put your feet and your arms and your body where your mouth is. That's what I mean by it.
Oh, yeah. We can't sit still and get anything done. See,
exactly.
You don't win any fight unless you get out there and start fighting. That's
all I'm talking about. So the thing about it is that what I like to see us do more of personally, this show, Dr. Barnett, and it's a touch and go situation. Because no matter what somebody says about community-minded radio station, we ain't the ones, that's in the management. Africans are not in management position. They ain't just have to ham, and they've been like that because I've been here 14 years out of dumbass Arkansas. Excuse my African, but that's just what it is. It ain't been Africans that's been, charting the course of the quote unquote community-minded radio station.
Right.
And what I'm saying is, we used to have talk shows that addressed these issues 3 or 4 times during the week, and both of y'all know what didn't happen. We didn't now got down to one show and then put it on the weekend. Early in the morning, Dr. Barnett. What I'm saying is, while we still have a little bit left, I would hope that we would, those who are listening to you, and also you, Dr. Barnett, Dr. Wright, let's go back to those things. Sankofa means what? Looking back at what's been done in the past and taking those things that have worked and then using those in the present to move forward. Ain't that right, gentlemen?
That's right. Correct. That's right.
Like we were saying, let's have some of these ministers, some of these African organizations who really, really are not in the back pocket, of their benefactors. Let's call in. Let's have some forums about these things. Let's do our education, and then let's move toward organization, and let's make it uncomfortable. White folks the other day, I knew it was right when this thing started. I don't know where it was in Arizona, Dr. Barnett, Dr. Wright. They were taking some buses somewhere. You remember Dr. Wright?
That was San Diego.
San Diego.
San Diego. Now listen, bro. That was in San Diego, man. It was white folk out there, and they put their bodies in front of the buses, and they had pigs out there too, man. And you know what? The bus turned around, man.
Yeah.
But they weren't doing a whole bunch of yak.
Action.
They went out there, they got organized, and they went out there, and they put their bodies out there, and even though I know, it's a different set of rules for white folks than it is for us, but at least I'm saying, they borrowed from us, didn't they, Dr. Barnett?
That's right. That's what we did. This is how we got to where we are now, and we just can't abandon things that have worked for us, like you said, in the past. Thank you. Hey, I got all my lines are full. Thank you. Thank you for your call. All righty. Thank you. 972-647-1893. That clears the line. 972-647-1893. Let's go to line 4 and say good morning to Miss M. All righty.
Hello.
Hello.
This Pastor Barnett and Pastor Wright.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. 75216 is that area where the children are going out here in that cliff, right?
Right.
That's right.
Okay. Didn't that used to be Daniel Webster School?
No, Daniel Webster is over going more or less toward Kimball.
Okay, well,
this one, this school, you know where Adwell is? You go, you know where Carter is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, go across the freeway from Carter, straight down on the right-hand side, you'll see D.A. Halsey School.
So it's going towards Wheatland or?
Yeah, you go past the south of Wheatland.
Okay, so
South of I-20.
Okay, so somebody gave me the wrong information.
No. It's
And,
south of Wheatland and I-20, and it's
okay.
on the right. It's right by the football stadium.
Okay,
basketball.
Pastor Barnett, first of all, thank God for the miracles for those families. And you always talking about the trees up, pulled up. That was a tornado. I've been in a tornado. I was born in Dallas in
Right.
1950.
Oh, I saw the funnel cloud.
Yeah, that was a tornado.
But I was shocked it wasn't talked about over the weather or anything.
But thank God for his miracles and sparing the lives of the family. I didn't hear you say anybody died. I also want to say and hear him get out that God did not give us the spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind.
Mm-hmm.
And it's right for the people to stand up for what's right about this situation in any situation. And I want to say that God got it all in control, and God is not the author of confusion. All this confusion is not of God, and we know it's not, and it's of the devil. Now, John Wiley Price, I've been thinking about that. They're trying to get him to go along with whatever they say and the rest of it and be Uncle Tom because they already after him because they know he's knowledgeable. And these people shouldn't go along with what's right. They should speak up, like you said, the other commissioners spoke up. And put the rest in God's hand and pray, do the right thing. And you know what? I just left it all in the hands of the Lord, and I'm not worried about it. I spoke my piece last week. I admire you how you talked to that Spanish lady that called in. You told her the truth.
Well, I hope everyone picked up on that.
Yeah.
You see, there is we are taught, everybody in the world is taught American history. Everybody.
Right,
every country. And what they are taught about American history, that the white man is great, and the black man is nothing but lazy, shiftless.
All over the world.
And people come here with that belief that this is why you're so disrespected when people come here and don't even know you, because they've learned that in their own country.
Through military and other access, because I had the Asian community come to me and said that's what they were told during the Vietnam Wars and things of that nature, that black folk were lazy and they were sorry and disrespectful.
Well, we know it's a lie, but this is what has happened worldwide.
I know. So I see people as people, the individual, and that's who I treat them as individuals.
Right.
God made us the color He wants us to be. And we're going to keep praying and standing up, and God bless America.
All righty. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893 is the number to call. Let's go to Black Hawk on line 1. All righty? All righty. Good morning, Black Hawk. Black Hawk? Is he going? Oh, is he gone? All righty, let's go to Ike on line 3. All righty, good morning, Ike.
Good morning, Barnett.
Fine, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great. Y'all have a great program this morning. And number one thing, I heard y'all talking about the tornado that they didn't call a tornado, which we believe it was a tornado.
There was a funnel cloud there, and it cut straight past. On one side of the path, the trees weren't touching. On the other side, it wasn't touching. But where it hit, it uprooted trees. They weren't blown down. They were sucked up out of the ground and dropped.
Right now, the media didn't show up to the next day because I want to say this for that community over there. I've seen people out of their houses in the streets. I mean, clearing the roads and doing different things so emergency vehicles can get through, and that's kind of like a retired community, and a lot of those folks over there are retired. They on medication. The next morning, you seen the buses and the vans running to take people to dialysis or to the doctor. But those people in the community really stepped up their game before the city ever showed up, or before anybody showed up, to make sure that people had access to get in and out. A lot of people would get home from work, and they had to deal with the situation. I seen the fire department, but they don't come to other branches. We had a gas line with a transformer to blow up at the same time in the same alley. And thank God that we didn't have a chain reaction.
Whose district is that, Ike? Whose district is that?
It's Dwayne Calloway.
In that particular area that Ike was working in, and I thank God for you, brother, because you got out there and helped those people clear those roads. And an ambulance, a fire truck did come through on an emergency, but they never could have got through had they not, the citizens, the senior citizens, got up and pull those trees and cut those trees out of the pathway so they could get in and do what they needed to do. So thank you for doing what you did, brother, because a lot of those people needed your help.
Now, Ike, did you ever see the city show up? Did they ever?
No, I seen that day. You know, we seen I think one Encore truck with electric provider showed up.
I tell you what, hang on. We up against a short break. We getting ready for hour number 2. Just put him on hold, and you call us 972-647-1893. We'll be right back. All right, we're back for hour number 2 of Church Information and Open Forum, and you can reach us at 972-647-1893. We are talking about immigration. We're talking about people placing people in certain neighborhoods, and we're talking also about the problems we have already in our community. Can we afford to turn to others when we got peoples that have fought for this country and have given their all? Even they got hooked on drugs and fighting foreign wars and different things that we seem to shoo away and shy away from, don't want them around and call them nasty, filthy, crazy and everything. Should not we show some charity here at home? Should not we come to a conclusion that these people need hospital beds? They need a psychological treatment. They need to just be treated like human beings, like God's children. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't we take a stand here at home rather than always trying to give something to somebody else? Call us at 972-647-1893. All right, let's go back to Ike on line 3. We had Ike there. Ike, are you still there?
Yes, sir, I'm still here.
All right, go right ahead. You were speaking.
I was just saying that all the disaster we had in that area, and we didn't get any help from the city till the next day. And that's when the media showed up to show the city, doing their job, which they should have already been out there. But and I think the community really stepped up and came together and made it happen.
Good.
I want to say this about the immigration. I heard him preaching. I ain't gonna call his name. I know who he is. He was preaching a message about, using different scriptures about, how we got to help the church and stuff, and we do have to help them. But he made a statement that he said that before the border crisis, when we raising sand, he didn't say sand, he used another word, about our children not getting help. And I told him, right, we were. But we didn't get his help, or none of the people who got the power, or the people that had the drawing power to draw the media attention. They didn't step up to things, because I always complain about our young 4-year-old kids not being able to go to pre-K, but they got stipulations where the Hispanic kids can go, because they don't understand English. So, and he made one more statement. He said that people are concerned about these kids coming out of El Salvador and Honduras and all those countries, worried about them having diseases and other viruses or whatever. He said we don't have to worry about that. They're being taken care of at the border. How did he know that?
Oh,
and that, I end my comment right there. And y'all have a great day.
Well,
who was it?
I look at it like this. I look and see children. See, I look at things closely. And I'm going to challenge every listener out there. It's summertime now. You won't be able to notice it now. But watch when school starts and it gets cold. Mm-hmm. You know what you see children wearing a whole lot of times? Shorts. They have blankets over them.
Right. Shorts.
No, and shorts in the wintertime. They have blankets. They don't have coats.
Some of them don't eat.
Now, I've asked them, where's your coat? I don't have one. They have a blanket over. Just observe, people, and watch.
And the only meal that some of them get is the meals at school.
Well, they have to eat at school.
At school. And I think the DISD just decided they're going to feed all the kids for free. And I think this was what they threw out there to try to settle the families down. Said, okay, now all the kids can eat free, regardless of what your income is or not. Everybody need free. And I guess that was their way of saying.
But for years, you had children that didn't get anything to eat.
struggled.
Yeah, right. All right, 972-647-1893. Let's go to line one. Bring me up, Evelyn. All righty. Good morning,
Praise the
Evelyn.
Lord. Good morning. How you doing?
Fine. How are you?
Oh, I am blessed, too blessed to be stressed, and too grateful to be hateful.
All righty.
I see you still on the battlefield.
There's no other place to be.
I know that's right.
See, it's either going to be on the field or on your doorsteps at your house. So if you can keep it out there on the field, you still got a chance.
That is so true, and you still got that firm grip about yourself that gets things done. I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. All righty. We thank you for your call, Evelyn.
Yes, Bookworm called me a while ago.
He did.
Sure that I did. Oh, yes, he did.
All right.
He calls himself the Black Hawk now, you know.
Yeah, I know he changed his name. All right. All right.
Okay. Now, you be blessed.
All right, you be blessed now. All right, let's go to line 2 and say good morning to Doc, all righty? Good morning, Doc. Is Doc, are you there? Maybe Doc, you lost him. He waiting too long. Let's go to line 4 and say good morning to Stop 6. Stop 6? All righty. Call us at 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893 is the number to call. When we're looking at situations, looking at poverty, looking at situations whereas people need help. Yes, we should help everybody. Everybody. If we got enough. Obviously, we don't have enough in America for our own citizens. But
it's hard for me to understand, Pastor, why I would feed your kids and my kids are starving.
Well, if it's a political game, I'm going to do it. If I can win brownie points and make people think I'm doing something great.
And if this came out just straight true, like you said, and it wasn't political, that say, hey, y'all, listen, the parents over here, they need their kids. Can we let the kids come over? Or if you're trying to bring another race of people into the community to run off the last race you brought in here, then at the end of the day, you're going to reap what you sow.
Right. And this could bring, we do know one thing, it's going to bring crime.
Sure it is.
All right. Your taxes are going to go up.
No telling what kind of sicknesses or disease.
Yeah, if they haven't not been immunized on certain diseases, our children we're going to catch that. There are a lot of things, variables that we could do to really make sure that this thing is handled right. But my thing is, there's no discussion. And y'all have enlightened me this morning that Clay Jenkins had the nerve to say he didn't want to come to the southern sector because he didn't want to hear what arguing
and complaints and things of that nature, because eventually when African Americans do come together, it's power in numbers, and they get a little afraid because they know we kind of act out of control, and because we should have a right to be acting out of control.
What would get his white man the audacity to say this?
The black man that probably works with him.
The audacity to say this. This is utterly ridiculous. And he felt comfortable saying this.
My thing, Pastor, if this is something that needs to be taken care of, then America needs to go to these countries and say, you're doing your kids wrong, you're abusing your kids, and you need to stop, or we're going to come over here and try to make a difference.
Yeah, but
opposed to bringing them to us. Why don't we just go over, why don't President Obama send a group over and say, we're going to bring the kids back, and whatever you're struggling with, we're going to try to help you. And so you can get done what needs to get done. And I don't understand why you wouldn't. There's no way a boatload of Americans could go to Russia or Germany and just wind up over there without anything.
Then go demand from them.
And go demand from them
that
food and help.
Good.
And then not only demand that, but say, now y'all need to learn how to speak English.
Boy, the whole thing is so stupid that that we are not standing up. It's just we're just ridiculous. I don't know.
Attitude reflects leadership.
Yeah, all righty. Okay, let's go to line 4 and say good morning, Stop 6. All righty. Good morning, Stop 6.
Good morning, Reverend Barnett. How you doing, man?
Fine. How are you this morning?
Oh man, hanging in there. Just want to pass along the information
The felony misdemeanor career fair is still on target. We are still going to do that in August. The website for registration for this free career fair is the same website it's always been. It's criminalbackgroundjobhelp.com. And I'll say it again. The website to register for the felony misdemeanor friendly career fair in Dallas is www.criminalbackgroundjobhelp, JOB as in boy, HELP, criminalbackgroundjobhelp.com. All they have to do is go there and click on job seeker registration, and they will see where they need to be in 3 weeks on August the 8th, because they have to attend a free career fair orientation. So
okay, what date is the fair?
The job fair is August the 29th.
Okay, August 29th.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where will it be held?
That's why they have to go to the orientation, because it's an exclusive event.
Oh,
we'll tell them, yeah.
Stop.
You don't want them. Yes, sir.
What is the percentage of formerly incarcerated people getting jobs after this job fair? Do you know from last year?
We did it in 2012.
Okay.
This is my 5th event. We did 3 in Tarrant County, 2008, 9, and 10. Then we came over here to Dallas, 2012. Here's where I'm going with this. Check me out, Reverend Wright.
Okay.
I've been in workforce for 15 years.
Right.
Texas Workforce Commission.
Right.
I resigned from TWC in the year 2009 to take a leap of faith and start my own business doing employment consulting. I've thrown a lot of job fairs. So what I'm saying is, people going to jump to that question. Well, how many people get jobs? I understand and appreciate that question. But this type of job fair takes 5 or 6 months to pre-plan, to meticulously plan out. The job seeker has to go in there and exude confidence. They got to have their mouthpiece right. I can't speak for that job seeker and go in there and get that job for them. But on the elementary step, nobody can say that this job fair is a waste of time, because employers are not coming out to give lip service like they do with most job fairs. See, this is a departure. This is a departure from most job fairs, and I'm not sidestepping. I'm just trying to give some explanation to why you cannot jump to that question of, well, how many people get jobs? I ain't got time to do statistics. I'm taking time out of my schedule, along with the planning team, which is parole, down there at the NTN Cadiz, Vicki Hallman, Jackie Dickerson, and Dallas County Probation, Dr. Norris. We all coming together to try and do this career fair for the community of Dallas, job seekers that are struggling. There are people that, so the long and short of it is, and there are people that are getting jobs out of this career fair. Exactly. Finite number, the finite number, I don't know. I don't have the time, manpower, dance to go and follow up. But I can tell you these employers not coming out to waste their time and shucking jobs. And we don't have temp and staffing agencies at this career fair.
Would you give your number out again?
Yes, sir. The website is criminalbackgroundjobhelp.com to register for this free, highly exclusive job fair. It's not open to the general public. It's only open to the folks that have the discipline and fortitude to sit their butt down at a computer and go and read. And my last point on your topic of the immigration, I'll finish with this right here. If we could clone somebody like a Kevin Mundy, if we can clone somebody like him to go out here at his expense and work with these kids, our own kids, we'll be that much further down the road. I'm sick and tired. Of us complaining about what the other man is doing as far as neglecting our kids. We don't even take care of our own damn kids. Okay? So get behind somebody like Kevin Mundy and do what he's doing. Kids walking down the street that look like you, go up to them and ask them what they need and do they need programming and stuff like that, like Kevin Mundy and Miss Olinka Green and all that stuff.
Yeah, but Kevin, but one thing about it, we are using our tax dollars to clothe other kids. Now we pay taxes. Just like everybody else. Now, we expect a return and should expect a return on our taxes. And if the money is going for welfare and for things that are people are impoverished, we should not see our children in such a situation because we pay some high taxes also. And you're right, and we're supposed to help those if we have money left over to do it, yes. But remember, we do pay things because they got a certain thing called the federal income tax, all right? Okay.
Yes, sir. We're paying to the system.
All right, thank you. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, well, did he have his radio?
I believe.
Okay, I was thinking it was my headset. All right, at 972-647-1893, 972-647-1893.
1 minute.
Got 1 minute. Well, we're talking now. Those of you who are holding online, we're just gonna, Reverend Wright is gonna talk about 45 seconds because I don't want to bring you on and then just have to cut you right off. Rev, we never get reciprocity on our money. Have you ever thought about all those days of segregation that we couldn't go to the white schools and everything, and we were actually paying for those schools we couldn't go to?
Absolutely. They were getting better, great education than we were. We were reading books back in the 40s and 50s, and they were getting up-to-date books.
Yeah, but we were paying also for their books. Everybody always talking about, well, we this and that, and then we just do this and that.
Separate our money.
We pay money into the United States government.
Money wasn't separated, that's for sure.
No, it sure was not. All right, have we burned up that minute? Okay, then. We'll be right back. All right, we're back on Church Information and Open Forum. I'm Marion Barnett, your host, and our special guest this morning is Reverend Dr. Ron Wright, and you can reach us at 972-647-1893. All right, let's go. Let's go straight across lines. All lines, let's go straight across them. All right, let's go to line one. Say good morning to Doc.
Is it me, Doc?
Yes, good morning, Doc.
Yeah. Just
all right, let's go, Doc, your radio? Is your radio? Okay.
I just cut it off.
Okay, good. All right.
I was looking at TV last week when Obama came here, the president came, and Governor Perry was talking about having them to put the National Guard on these borders. And he told him, he said, look, every time he tried to do something,
they block it.
The Congress blocks him. They're filing a lawsuit against him now for using his executive orders. And I don't know what they want him to do.
He's in a damned if you do and damned if you don't situation. That's where the Republicans will love to have him. They're not going to act to back up anything that he brings forth. And if he brings forth something, they're going to say he's overstepping his authority. I think most people see the game that they're playing. The night he was inaugurated in 2009, they held a meeting and they agreed that they were going to get into lockstep against anything he proposes. Anything. Even if it's theirs. And they supported it over the years. They're going to oppose it because he's going to be offering it.
That's right. Another thing, they're talking about John Wiley Price. He can't do anything right now. The feds is waiting to hang him. They're going to come back after 3 years, and they still after him to try to hang him. So
why do you think
Wiley Price out of the mix?
Why do you think they're after him?
Because he used to be a fighter. Now they're trying to get him out of that. They know he's a fighter, and they don't want any trouble from him. And that's the reason the feds are back on him. So he can't do anything. So people are talking about, well, John Wiley Price is on commissioner court. Yeah, but what can he do? The feds are still on him. If they find any little thing, they're going to try to hang him. They got a rope right now ready to hang him.
So you don't think they've got anything on him right now?
If they had anything on him, why would they try to get a plea bargain? They're trying to plea bargain him now. Why would he plea bargain if they got something on him? They don't have anything on John, and they know it. But they want to get him out for the commissioner's court. That's the whole thing. They can find any little thing, they're going to try to hang him.
righty. That's your opinion. Okay. All right. 972-647-1893. What do you think about that? Now, John has a great perception of being a fighter.
Well, I wanted to turn his radio back up because I was going to say this, but he hung up the phone. At the end of the day, the federal government don't attack you because they want you off of a seat. And if John Wiley Price knew that he didn't do anything wrong, he would still be this John Wiley Price that they think he was years ago as their man downtown. Mm-hmm. And our question is still is, tell me what John has done since he's been sitting on the commissioner's court.
He's been there 30 years.
Okay, what has he done in 30 years? The commissioners create jobs and businesses. I look at the southern sector, and there's nothing been created over
the most undeveloped
area in the community. And a lot of people say he was a fighter. He was a fighter, and I agree with him. He was a great fighter for himself, but not for the community. And that's what people understand. And I still tell people, I'll pay you $100. You can tell me what he done for the community. I'll still do it. And the feds are not after you if they don't have you, trust me. And eventually commissioners going to retire. So you can't be there forever. So the feds are not going to come at you if they don't have nothing on you.
All right. 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893. Let's go to line 2 and say good morning to Sydney. All righty, Sydney. Sydney, are you there? All right. Let's go to line 3 and say good morning to KD. KD, are you there?
Nobody wants to talk, man. Did I silence him?
Let's go to line 4 and say good morning to James. James, are you there?
Yes, good morning, Reverend Barnett, Reverend Wright.
Good morning, James.
How are you?
Yes, Palestine is, our government has been out plastered all over the news. We got a recall petition going on the mayor and a constable down here in Mr. Ween's district, and when they terminated the chief of police and the city manager, just as wild, waving up magic wand, trying to get annexed into the city to meet the employment requirements. So we got a lot of different things going on. But to talk about the topic today, this issue about the children that coming across, this act was done under George W. Bush, December 23rd, 2008. That was an act enacted by bipartisan Congress. The act was named William Wilberforce Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act. So Perry needs to sit down and quit crying out like he's doing. He can't protect the borders of the what's that up there, Colleen and Waco gates up there, because we had these tragic things happen up there at Fort Hood. So how you gonna protect any borders? But anyway, the name of that act again is the William Wilberforce Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act, and it was done under President Bush, December the 23rd, 2008. So for all that finger pointing and everything else at President Obama, they need to sit down somewhere.
All right.
All righty. Okay. Thank you
so
for
much.
your call.
God bless and keep going.
All righty. 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893. Let's go to line 1 and say good morning to Joe.
How you doing?
Good morning, Joe.
Oh, good. Look, on that point of John Wiley guy was just on, I really don't. This is my personal opinion. I don't think the system wants to lock John up and put him away. I think they just want John to tone it down a little bit. That's my personal belief. I really don't think they really.
All right. What is it they want him to tone down?
Well, I think that he had become too powerful. I think they viewed him as becoming too powerful down there.
Okay, when you have power, you have power to change things and power to do things, correct?
Right.
Okay, name me some of the things that he's done over the years.
Well, John had influence. He influenced a lot of the elections. The Democratic organization.
Even though they're Democratic and all of that, and we elect them, what has happened? What is it for the masses of people? Name some of the things, his accomplishments.
Just let me put it like this. Remember that with the the office holder, Democratic office holders that was elected from Dallas County in the last probably 10 years, John has been very instrumental in getting those. And another thing is that they've tried to defeat John on many fronts, and they can't do it. So they're just hoping that he will just die and go away, some of the people. But when you talk to whites, they will tell you that if I were black, John Wiley Price would be my greatest friend. There's one thing I give him credit for. He will fight. John will fight when you're right. John will fight when you're wrong. And people like that.
Okay, what are some of the fights? Give me some of his victories.
Like I say, you look at the Democratic office holders. John is...
Well, now, there are a lot of them that he endorsed that did not win. A whole lot of them.
That's true. Nothing is 100%, remember.
No, but what I'm saying is we go after perceptions rather than reality. Give me some victories that he won.
Well, let me give you one right away.
Give me something that you can point. John Wiley did this for.
Okay. Let me give you this. Let's come very presently, if you will. Look at Don Hicks and that crowd, and Terry Hart, when they enforced, and even Al Lipscomb, when the powers to be went out to those folks, they were broke and trembled, didn't have good representation, and Hicks talking about God going to deliver this is for me, and got himself a whole bunch of time. John Wiley, this is not his first rodeo.
Let me share some with you when you said, not to cut you off, but there was someone that came to us, and y'all know him very well because he was a community activist that was sitting at Al Lipscomb's house when Al Lipscomb made a phone call to the commissioner and said, why did you call these people on me?
Well, I can't speak on that.
I know you don't. That's why it's what Pastor just said about perception, and so you guys don't know the whole story, everything that goes on.
But Reverend Wright, let me say this: when John Wiley and his attorney stood up to the U.S. attorney, that really empowers young blacks that want to take a stand, whether they be right or wrong. They thought John was going to crumble and cry and throw snot balls. He didn't do it. It made the U.S. attorney look like kindergarten.
But still, you will not answer my question. You will not answer my question.
Maybe I can't answer.
I ask you, name me something that he's accomplished.
He has enlightened, empowered.
He didn't do all that by himself. Now, he didn't do all that. He did some things. But what I'm saying is,
all that by himself. Jesus Christ had disciples helping him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When I don't know who his disciples were, but what I'm saying is, give me some accomplishments.
Even me, to see John Wiley not wither on, even whether you're right or wrong, if you're going to fight, put on the gloves and fight. John Wiley is doing it. John Wiley...
What has he fought and won? What has he fought? What did he fight for?
Most blacks, when they go up against whites in a fight, they're broke. John Wiley,
wait a minute. What has he won? What has he fought about? I'm gonna go to the ground with you. What has he fought for?
John Wiley has
You can call his name, but you will not answer my question. What has he even fought for?
Let me ask you this. What has he lost?
What has he won? What has he fought for?
What has he lost? Let's flip. What has he lost?
Okay, it depends on your definition of what... Wait a minute, let me ask you a question.
You're not wrong.
It depends on what your definition of what has he lost for. As a county commissioner, he's responsible for the citizens in his county. Reverend Barnett is asking you, what has he won? And that's our question. You guys have been... Every man should stand up. That's good, John stands up. Every man should stand up, but it shouldn't. There were great activists before John Wiley Price. There was Lee Alcorn. There was Al Lipscomb. There were a lot of great activists in the community. But the reason why you said they're after John is they wanted power. The minute you start telling white folk to go to hell, then you're going to lose whatever you got. They didn't mind John being where he was. But until he started talking to white people crazy, that's when they woke up.
Reverend Wright, what I'm talking about is accomplishments.
No.
What's out there that we can say John had built for us?
Nothing. And that's my argument.
What can we say that he developed for us?
Then that's his job.
What can we say?
The inland port. Oh, wait a minute. We lost the inland port, didn't we?
See, there's so much out there that have come down. Are you still there, or did he leave?
He left.
He left because people are going on perception and not dealing with reality.
Reality is that had the inland port been created, that would have been over 30,000 jobs. Even if black
60,
families, 60,000, even if black families would have gotten 100 of those jobs, that would have been 100 black families that would have been. The commissioner said we didn't want jobs, we want ownership. Well, what has the commissioner's court or the commissioner helped black folk own?
Right.
What has he helped us on?
Nothing.
When I look in the southern area, I don't see nothing. So when you say we don't want ownership, we want ownership, we don't want to work.
But
what have you created for us to own? It's not about nobody picking
the opportunity to create the opportunity. The things is that people are very, very, they go after perception. We get into personality worship rather than reality. Our political vote in Dallas, all you got to do is like kings and queen contest when you're children.
Right.
If, go for popularity, go for this. But we do not go for reality of what is being developed out there for our people and what opportunity is given to us by our politicians. We just go after popularity.
If I say, what has Reverend Barnett done? Since y'all said
I can
guarantee you, I can run off a list of things that you have accomplished, that you have done in the fight for the civil rights movement in the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
You say, what has Al Lipscomb done? What has Lee Alcorn done? When we name these people, even if you say, what have I done? You can name some things that we were able to complete.
Right.
But if you ask about the commissioner, everybody says the same thing. He stands up and fight. He stands up and fight because he set up and tell somebody to go to hell because you can't tell it. That means you less of a man. That means he's a greater man.
All right. 972-647-1893 is the number to call. Don't get scared. 972. We are here. We are debating. We'll talk about it. 972-647-1893. Let's go to Curtis on line 4. All righty. Good morning, Curtis.
Well, good morning, Warriors. How are y'all doing?
Oh my God.
How you doing, Curtis?
I'm doing great. I have an answer for you, a simple answer.
Okay.
All right.
Well, one of the accomplishments that things that he accomplished for us was he built a beautiful jail facility. Wonderful jail facility.
That is true.
To lock us up.
You're right. and it was for our young people, wasn't it?
Yeah. Beautiful. Wonderful. You guys have a nice day.
He did build. He had the. Well, that is true.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sorry. We owe the commissioner an apology.
Yeah, he did build us a jail.
We owe him an apology. He did do something.
All right. 972-647-1893. Let's go back. I guess Stop 61 to call back. Good morning, Stock 6. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. What's going on?
Oh, we here.
Hey, Stop 6 is in Fort Worth, Texas, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, but I got people, my kinfolk over there, Lancaster, Keys, and Flock and Roosevelt graduates, so I keep my thumb on the phone. Mm-hmm. But all the way from Fort Worth, Kwanzaa Fest. Now, and I'm going to leave you with this one here.
Mm-hmm.
Pull out the Willie Lynch letter. Pull out the Willie Lynch letter where it talks about infighting amongst each other. That's another thing I'm sick and tired of. Why can't we not come together? We always saying Hispanic this and Hispanic that. At least they unite and they go downtown and rally
You're right.
for immigration reform. Let me finish my point. But we not going to come together. We going to say this Negro over here not doing nothing. But
why is that?
I want high side and high cap on him. Instead of going and saying, John, how can we help you get some more?
No, hold it, fella. Hold it. Let me tell you something. You hold it. Now, you hold it. First of all, the most divisive person in this community over the years have been John Wiley. He has been... No. He Kwanzaa Fest, that ain't no Kwanzaa Fest. That's a flea market. That ain't no Kwanzaa Fest. Kwanzaa is about celebrating those days and coming together. What about Parkland Hospital? That was a fight over that. Didn't want that. Come on, man. You come on. Let's be for real. I get tired of people always trying to put something there that's not there. And this is something you're doing. You're doing this.
Why is he getting reelected?
Because people vote on perception and personality, not politics, not real politics.
You can't shoot holes in re-election after re-election.
Sure you can.
Yes, you can.
Sure you can.
See, Dallas is a...
Look at your congresswoman. Look at your senators. Sure you can.
Look, see, Dallas is a place that do not, if you get in office, you will rarely ever be defeated once you get in office. And people in Dallas do not take incumbents out. That's the reality. All right. 972-647-1893. 972-647-1893. What is, right here, what do we have? All right. Let's go to line 1 and say good morning to Rose. All righty. Good morning, Rose.
I wish we did have some leadership in our community because we don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have it, and I look at a lot of pastors we have, because we have so much pastors community in our neighborhoods, and there is so much divisiveness. And you wonder what is taking place in our community. I'm going to say, for example, we had a school being in our community, and we had Chanel Atkins to come in, and we had Dwayne Caraway to compare our community with George Washington. You know who George Washington is, do you not?
Compare our community with who? What was that?
He compared my community with George Wallace. You know who George Wallace is?
Yes. Former governor of Alabama?
Yes, because we did not want this particular school. It wasn't about the kids, it was about location, because they bought the school for $1. And we've been in this community so long, this whole community, and Chanel Atkins, he was the man who also said that the community didn't want anything. Yes, if you're going to give us something, you give us something of value. It's just that they always give us the obsolete, something that nobody wants. You're not going to go far north Dallas and do that kind of stuff. But like I said again, we have no representation. Like I said, we have so many pastors in the community, in our community as well, and there's nothing in the community. It's just like a business. They sit in the community, they do nothing. You have them come out to be a part of it. They don't live here, but they have a church in our community, but nobody does things. I'm going to say that I don't care from the big pastors, from Freddie Haynes, Bishop Jakes, all of them. Where's everybody that can come and help the community? It's like right now they're talking about putting the kids over there in Holster School, close that school down, ship those kids out. So how is it that they can bring everything they bring up? They talk about God. God is in everything, okay? So why do we have to put God when they make it convenient for everybody?
Well,
you do the right thing.
You had some politicians that was in on that too, that really need to be called out on the whole situation. All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, 972-647-1893. All right, we're up against a short break, and you call us at 972-647-1893. We'll be right back. All right, we're back on Church Information and Open Forum. I'm Marion Barnett, your host. Our special guest this morning is Reverend Ron Wright, and you can reach us at 972-647-1893. All right, let's go to line 3 and say, who's that, Matati. All righty, good morning, Matati.
Good morning, Reverend Barnett and Reverend Wright. How are you guys doing?
Good morning. Good morning.
Great show as usual.
Thank you.
3 little points I'm going to make, and then I'm going to get off the air for you. I like to look at immigration, but on an international scale, so we in America can understand what's really going on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at China and the continent of Africa,
which
I look at it, and I call it the world global transition, part of the New World Order.
Okay.
Right now, from the Democratic Republic of Congo, next year in 2015, Dubai and China, as well as the United Nations, are building a city on water. In French, it's called La Cité sur la Fleuve. And they say in 2015, every leading corporation in the world is going to be located in the Congo on this floating island. All your former presidents, including the Bush, the Clintons, they're going to have residency there. I think, to get a nice house, you're looking at about probably $3 million to live there. Third topic, John Wiley Price. I won't really get into it, but I'm 40 years old. And when I was growing up, I looked up to a man in Houston who was a politician. His name was Mickey Leland.
Oh, yes.
And I know you guys remember him.
Oh, yes.
I knew.
His plane went down, and they said they couldn't find the body. But when they finally found it, because his wife kept pressing and pressing, they found that he had a bullet shot to the back of his head. Now, that to me was a man who lived and believed for something. He was on his way to Africa, actually, I think on a tour to South Africa, Ethiopia, and some other places. But he was on his job. They had to take him out. So I like to see our so-called politicians, including some preachers, willing to put their lives for the body of Christ and for what they believe. Because I taught myself something. When you put your 2 feet together and you stretch out your arms, your body is in the shape of the cross. And Jesus said, we too, as his children, we must bear the cross. And nothing's going to be easy, but as long as we're in his body as believers, we're going to be tormented as well. Thank you very much, and you gentlemen have a great day.
All right, and thank you for your call and comment.
You made a great point, and let me tell you, right now, Reverend Barnett and myself do that on a daily basis. And a lot of things y'all see us on TV doing, y'all think we did this on TV, but we get a lot of things done on a daily basis that don't make the media because we don't have control of the media. But we fight every day for justice. We fight every day for our people because we realize charity starts at home first and then it's shedded abroad. And we realize that if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything.
That's right. All right, 972-647-1893. Bring me line 1 in Haywood. All righty. Haywood?
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Good morning. Good morning to you and your distinguished guests.
All right.
I wanted to make a comment. The judge that for the immigration,
Jenkins.
Yeah, Judge Jenkins. Why don't they put all these children that's coming in here, put them on their front doorstep and let them keep them, and maybe
exactly
see what's going on.
He's in Highland Park. Did you know that they can put him in Highland Park?
Yeah, they need to put him in Highland Park and just put him on his doorstep and let him feed him every day. I bet he'll get tired and say, "Hey, look here, y'all have to go back where you come from." And my second point is like. When the people from Haiti, the Haitians, come over here, they put a big stop sign up in the middle of the ocean.
In the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, say, hey, y'all not coming over here.
That's exactly right.
Now, if that was Haitians coming across that border, do you think we'd have Judge Jenkins and all these people, black politicians, I'm talking about black now, be going out fighting and say, let's invite them in? We've had them, look, these people used to try to come from Haiti. And they came. Some made it, but many didn't make it.
And there were children. There were children as well. There were children as well.
On rafts out there, out in the Atlantic Ocean. Have you ever been over the Atlantic Ocean? Been in it?
Yes, I've been over there.
The waves in that ocean are so steep, even at calmness. To get out there on a raft just to get to freedom and then have the United States government turn you around knowing good and well that raft will not hold together.
A lot of them
died.
Get you
back to Haiti, they know you're going to drown.
A lot of them died in that water.
And only God knows how many Haitians have drowned trying to get here. And, I didn't see any of these national politicians, anybody. But out there trying to help these people get in here, saying they are fleeing all type of oppression, which they were, because baby Doc was just as bad as his father, Papa Doc, and oppressing people and doing all these different things, but we don't invite the people of a darker hue in like we do others.
So how can we show disparity, Pastor? That's my question. Now, how can we show disparity on who we gonna help? When the Haitians got on there, the caller made a great point. They put a big old stop sign in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and said, "Y'all," and there were children coming over here on rafts and eventually probably died in that Atlantic Ocean because they got turned around from this country.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. We thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your call. 972-647-1893. Let's go to line 4. Who I have on 4? Doc? Bring him out. All right. Good morning, Doc.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Let me say this to Rem Wright. Yeah, John told those white people to go to hell. Do you remember on TV when he told them, says, hey, he knew what he was talking about. I said, why don't you just call me by my name? They kept saying it, kept calling him a moolah or whatever that was. They picking at him, throwing rocks at him, and he finally had enough. He got up and said, y'all all go to hell.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's what he said.
Is that the only black man you ever heard say that to white folks?
No, but why were they picking at him, calling him something else? He knew all the time they was talking about him. He said, why don't you just
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, now he has called a lot of white people out of their name. He has spoken up. He has marched. He's done all of this.
He's done all of that.
But what we say, no. Listen to what I'm saying now.
All right.
Let's celebrate his accomplishments.
Right.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to see him go to prison. I don't even want to see him leave that office unless he's voted out.
Exactly.
Okay? Now listen to me.
All
right. And this thing, we get into personality worship. Because we get to a point where John, we ain't got nobody but John. There are people out here working for you every day that you don't even know about, don't know what's going on, don't pay attention to. Let's get away from personality worship and start giving people a hand and helping those that are out there helping you every day. If John got something going on that's going to help you, get out there and help John. If other people got something going that's going to help you, get out there and help them. But we all get up there, ain't nobody but you. No, come on, fella. You nobody. Yes.
Let me say this. If the feds investigated him 3 years ago, why did they get him then? Why did they come back?
Well, now the FBI, they like to compile. I hope they don't find nothing. I hope he's guilty. I mean, not guilty, but I hope they don't find anything. But the FBI take their time doing anything. When they try to bring you to trial, they try to make sure that they're going to win. Why they didn't bring him to trial 3 years ago, I don't know. Maybe they compiling evidence. I don't know. But whatever it is, you'd be just like all the rest of them. We hope and pray that they don't find him guilty, okay?
But why would they want to plea-bargain with him if he's...
Well, no. Plea-bargain, when they come to you for a plea bargain, you're looking at it just the opposite. They really feel like they got something on you if they try to get, if they're plea bargain. They're giving you an opportunity to say, we'll bring all this forth if you will plea bargain, but if you don't plea bargain, we're going to bring all this against you. That's what a plea bargain is. It's not that they don't have anything. That's when they feel like they got something. Now, they may have done this. I don't think the FBI would do that unless they feel like they got something, but it doesn't prove that they have something.
That's right.
It took him a couple of years to get the city councilman Dunhill. They didn't immediately arrest him. That was a 2-year investigation.
Right. You know what they did? They went out to his house and they went in his safe. He had $100,000.
Oh, yeah, more than that.
$100,000 to $200,000 in his safe. They said, this man got a... So what? He saved.
Well, he should. He gets. I'll admit, he gets up and go to work every morning. Yeah, he should have some money. He should.
That's right.
$125,000. He's a single man. He should have. He should have some money. He should have something.
They looked at all those cars.
Okay, but look here. I got a job line. I got to get in. All right. Okay. Thank you. All righty. Greg, is that Greg right there? Okay, bring Greg on. All righty. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, Reverend Barnett.
Are there any jobs out there?
Awesome jobs out there. Lively conversation this morning. Lively conversation.
Yeah.
One comment on that, Reverend Barnett.
Yes,
and that is, folk are looking for the next Christ. Folk are looking for the next Martin, the next Malcolm. But what Jesus is going to return, but he ain't going to be the lamb that he did. He's not going to be the lamb that he was when he came.
Come on now.
Yeah.
He's going to be the lion this time.
Yes, he was the lamb the first time, but the lion the next time.
Right. Yeah. And when we're looking for somebody to fall on the sword, see, all of these questions and all of these arguments are really impugning the community.
Right.
We're looking for somebody to fall on the sword for us.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, the people are enacted. That's the problem. See, you want to put somebody out front, and you have opportunists that'll get out front, but he's going to get out front for his benefit.
All right. Now you got it right.
Instead of keeping this mode in effect, and we steady getting the same result, and the very definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing,
over and over,
expecting a different result.
That's right.
Expecting a different result.
And I ask people, when we look at our community today, are you better off now than you were 20 years ago? Is your community better off? And most people will say no.
you don't have to go that far. We can go back almost pre-Reconstruction, and those folks didn't have half of what we have at our access, but they had more. Why? Because they believed in a simple fact. If you get the opportunity, get you something that's up under your feet instead of something that's rolling on. In other words, invest in land. And they had more of it then than we got today.
Now. Oh, Lord, yes.
They had more of it then than we got today. But let me get to our job line. SAT job line brought to you every Saturday morning during church information and open forum here on Knon 89.3, the voice of the people. This morning on the job line, we have Omnitrax as looking for customer service representative, asking you to apply online at www.hirebridge.com. Once again, that's Omnitrax is looking for customer service representatives, asking you to apply online at www.hirebridge.com. Borden is looking for customer service representatives, asking you to apply online at www.hrmdirect.com. Once again, that's Borden Milk Dairy Products is looking for customer service representatives, asking you to apply online at www.apply.hrmdirect.com. Pittsburgh Glasswork is looking for warehouse workers. They're asking you to email your resume to D. Bernard, DBERNARD at PGWGlass.com. Once again, Pittsburgh Glasswork is looking for warehouse workers. They're asking you to send your resume to this email address, D. Bernard, BERNARD at symbol PGWGlass, GLASS.com. Safe Light Auto Glass is looking for warehouse and delivery drivers. They're asking you to apply online at www.safelite.com. Once again, Safe Light Auto Glass is looking for warehouse and delivery drivers. They're asking you to apply online at www.safelite.com. Honeywell is looking for warehouse representatives. They're asking you to apply online at www.careers@honeywell.com. Once again, that's Honeywell is looking for warehouse workers. They're asking you to apply online at www.careers, CAREERS, @AT, Honeywell, HONEYWELL.com. Once again, that's www.careers@honeywell.com. UPS is looking for warehouse workers and delivery drivers. Must be 18 to work, 21 to drive. No felony convictions. Apply at www.ups.com/careers with an S. Once again, it's UPS is looking for warehouse workers and delivery drivers. Must be 18 to work, 21 to drive with no felony conviction. Apply at www.ups.com/careers with an S. If you are a child-loving, patient, energetic individual and would like to work in the daycare setting, the number for inquiry is 972-290-4995. Once again, if you are a child-loving, patient, and energetic individual and would like to work in the daycare setting, the number for inquiry is 972-290-4995. If you are a person affected by addiction and need assistance with your recovery efforts, or an ex-offender trying to make that transition back to mainstream society and need assistance with job search, the number for inquiry is 214-634-2722. Once again, if you are a person affected by addiction and need assistance with your recovery efforts, or an ex-offender trying to make that transition back into mainstream society and need assistance with job searches, the number for inquiry is 214-634-2722. Today is a good day if you're looking for a job to find one. Let me repeat that. Today is a good day if you're looking for a job to find one. I want to send my condolences out and love to family members of the McLeod and the Haddon family, and the loss of Pastor Henry T. McLeod. His funeral services are today in Lancaster, 1020 West Beltline Road, Lancaster, Texas. I want to send my condolences out to those family members. Also, today, Christ told each of us, when you did it to the least of these, you did it unto me. He commissioned everyone around him, everyone he came in contact with, to get into the fight. Now, the question of the day is not necessarily what John Wiley has done. Well, yes, he's an elected official, and he is under investigation. The question of the day is, as an individual, look yourself in the mirror and ask, what have you done? What are you doing? If you're not busy, get busy. If you are busy, stay busy. And with that, we bring our SAT job line to a close.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you. Great job, as always. Great job. Thank you, Reverend Wright, for being a part of it. They are welcome to come to Heavenly Joy Church, located in Brood New Masters, and service again at 11 o'clock on Sunday morning. Got to get out here and got to run. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye.
KNON 89.3 FM in Dallas and Fort Worth, the voice of the people. Business owners, tell KNON's listeners about your business. You can put your business or event on KNON. KNON currently has space available to run announcements for you. Tell KNON's listeners about your goods, services, nightclub, concert, or event. Help keep the voice of the people on the air while putting your information on the air. KNON's been named the #1 radio station in Dallas by both the Dallas Observer and D Magazine. Put your business with Dallas's #1 station. Call now for more information at 214-828-9500, extension 227, or extension 233. For more information, go to KNON.org and click on the Run Spots on KNON page. It's a great way for your business to support community radio while letting more people know about you.